Hello guys.
Sup?
It's Cody
And Jessica
from KCP and welcome to
calling this segment Twin Talk in Cody's Corner.
Yeah.
Fun fact, we're not actually in a corner.
Who is so funny?
So we are doing our top 5 favorite movies. Most of mine are from 2014, but I think there's like a few that aren't.
Well, yeah, it's our top 5 favorite movies from 2014/2013.
Guardians of the Galaxy. And I really adore this movie, mainly because the music. The music is amazing. They have a ton of like 80s songs and a mixtape. This is perfect. I don't really remember the plot, to be honest, because it's been a while, but it was one of my favorites for a while, and he knows this.
Yeah.
Chris Pratt is in it, and he's on Parks and Rec, and he's my favorite person ever. But this is basically superheroes for misfits.
Yeah.
It's a group of misfits. There's a raccoon, there's a talking tree, there's a green alien that looks like Elphaba from Wicked. There's Chris Pratt, who's a half alien. And I don't know what he is. He has a bunch of tattoos, so he's a tattoo guy.
Yeah.
I guess.
Actually, in comics, it was really complicated backstory in comics, so they just made him an alien race in the movie.
He's an alien race, but it's really good. It's not that long. It goes by really fast.
Oh yeah.
I think we were there for
like an adrenaline rush.
Yeah, it's really amazing. You need to watch it. It's good.
It's golden. It's just beautiful. That was weird. I'm sorry. X-Men Days of Future Past. I love it. It was just so good to see all these characters back. What they did was I really like how it connects both the cast, because I loved First Class, I loved the original trilogy, and so it was just awesome to see the two casts together. It was such a great movie. I was so happy. It took X-Men back to where they needed to be. We finally have a coherent timeline of some kind. And so I'm happy. It was just a great return to form. Bryan Singer is awesome as a director for these movies.
They are really good.
It was just beautiful, and yeah, so not a whole lot to say, but I just really loved how it basically brought X-Men back in a glorious fashion.
They made it better.
I loved it. It's actually my favorite of the X-Men films.
It's really good. Boyhood. This movie was made over 12 years. It is the story of a boy growing up with his divorced parents, and he's trying to basically live his life. And it is so amazing. Like, I was not expecting Hollywood to make this good of a movie. It shows real people, real life circumstances, and it goes from elementary school to him going to college. You can like watch yourself growing up, and I related so much to these characters at times because I've done some stupid things when I was a teenager. There are some stupid things in the movie. It is amazing, and you really need to watch it. It is an eye-opener, and it shows how strong a family bond can be despite there being two families. It is amazing. It took 12 years to make.
Yeah, I know. So it's just impressive in that feat alone. I respect any filmmaker who's that dedicated.
Yeah, I respect the actors too.
The Lego Movie.
That is a good movie.
I
did not think of that, but that is a really good movie.
I love this movie. Everything is awesome. Everything is cool when you're part of a team. Everything is awesome when you're living our dream.
Wow, I actually sang pretty good.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Like I can't sing any other time.
But the funny thing is, like, when I saw this film, I remember seeing it in theaters, I was like, might be good. I really wasn't sure about it, to be honest.
You didn't know much about it.
Yeah, I didn't know much about it.
Yeah.
It was released early on in the year, which kind of made me nervous, because that's usually when studios tend to put out the worst films, for the most part. So I was a bit weary. It was just kind of like a huge surprise. It was hilarious. It was creative. The animation was amazing.
Good cop, bad cop. That's it.
I love it. I love the running gag where he keeps getting mad and he keeps kicking the chair. It's so funny.
It's perfect. You must watch it.
It's just wonderful. And the story actually has a pretty deep message in it, surprisingly.
The only part that I really was kind of ticked off about was that the whole thing was in the boy's head. The ending was good, I'll admit, it was really good, but it really confused me when I first watched it.
Oh, me too. The ending took me a few more watches to appreciate it a bit more. But the ending actually is, now I really appreciate. It's very deep and meaningful and all about creativity and how important it is, and it's just a beautiful film. And let's just say it's not going to be the last time Chris Pratt is on the list.
No, it isn't. Maleficent. This is the story of the evil queen from Sleeping Beauty. She is played by Angelina Jolie, and she is amazing.
Yeah, Angelina Jolie does a fantastic job.
Fantastic in this movie. If you don't want to see it for any other reason, go see it because Angelina Jolie was in it, and you will love it.
Yes.
But I don't want to give too much away because we are going to talk about this in another video. But the ending is deep and emotional, and Steve Ball, he's perfect. He's perfect.
And for everyone who's heard the negative reviews and the bad backlash towards it, we would say give it a chance.
There are some issues with the movie, but the good really does outweigh the bad. In my opinion, it does.
Yes, and we'll be talking about that more in another video. So
which is why I don't want to go too much into it now.
Another film that's kind of gotten some critical bad reception, it is the film Lucy.
I haven't seen it, so I can't really say anything on it.
I absolutely loved this movie. It was fun, it was creative, just the concept alone was cool. She becomes more and more powerful, more and more of a god pretty much as she goes. I love the film's message about how knowledge is power, but at the same time to value humanity.
Sounds good.
It's really fun, it's really creative. I love the action in it. Scarlett Johansson actually does a really good job, in my opinion.
Amazing. I love Scarlett Johansson.
She does fantastic, because, you see, the hard part about this role is the character becomes less and less human the more powerful she gets. She gets more and more disconnected. And you think it would be really hard to play that because it's just blank slate for the most part. But she actually does a really good job of showing the progression of less and less humanity.
Scarlett Johansson is really good at that. I mean, she does play Black Widow.
But I really did like the style of the movie. I just adored it, and everyone else seems to hate it, and I don't quite understand it. But I definitely say give it a shot. It's one of my personal favorites of the year. Heck, I just bought it recently. Amazing movie for me. So Lucy's definitely a must-see for me.
One, he already said X-Men, Days of Future Past. I don't know why it was so low on your list.
It was a great year. Let's just put it that way.
And this was probably it's probably been one of my favorite movies of all time. He knows this because after I watched it, I messaged you. I was like, this made me love X-Men again. And it really did because I grew up watching the X-Men movies.
Yeah.
And when 3 came out, I was like, no, I'm sorry, I can't. X-Men is ruined for me forever. I never want to watch it again.
Yeah.
But when the X-Men Days of Future Past and the one before it, First Class and Days of Future Past, made me really enjoy it.
Yeah.
Because the acting was fantastic, the characters were really, really good, and the storyline was perfect. Jennifer Lawrence was amazing. I mean, she is really good at that role. I feel like she was born for that role.
She was.
It has the guy from Game of Thrones that plays Tyrion. I can't think of his name right now.
I can't either.
He is so good at playing a bad guy. Oh my. For the whole movie, I'm just like, okay, you're amazing. You're amazing. You're all amazing. I can't pick one favorite.
It's amazing. The movie's great. It captures the heart of all the characters.
It's Mystique. It shows, like, her reasoning behind doing what she wanted to do. And it actually made me feel really bad because she wanted to stop mutants being hurt. But in the end, in the parallel universe, she actually did create all this hurt. It is a parallel universe where Logan is in one universe where all of the mutants are dead, and he goes into the past through some kind of weird mind trick, and he basically changes their future.
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to say about it, because I don't want to give away any spoilers. They kind of saw the mistakes that the other X-Men movies had did, and they fixed it. They are basically apologizing to all of the X-Men fans, and it worked. You redeemed yourself, X-Men.
Yes.
Now don't screw it up.
Of movies she actually mentioned earlier, ironically enough, it is Guardians of the Galaxy.
The only reason it was down at the bottom of the list was, again, there are really good movies, and it was hard. It was really hard.
It was hard to number this at all.
I feel like at some point this list is going to switch around and one movie is going to become a little bit better, but, you know.
Same here.
For now, this is it.
Yeah, but Guardians of the Galaxy, oh my gosh. Oh, this was just an adrenaline rush of fun throughout the whole thing. I love how it doesn't even try to take itself seriously.
It was amazing.
It was beautiful. Part of the reason I loved it is it's just like, yeah, there's a talking raccoon, there's a talking tree. Deal with it. They're there.
DC has really important characters and character development. Marvel has a talking raccoon tree. And it just works.
It works so well. And I'm going to admit this, but this film made me, like, legit cry.
Oh yeah.
Legit.
Oh yeah, it does.
I'm not going to spoil it, but I'm just going to say Groot. To anyone who's seen it, you know what I'm talking about.
Yes,
but
it was amazing.
It was so much fun. It was so creative. I don't think I've had this much fun at the movies in a long time. My dad is not a person who likes superhero movies. They're just not his thing. But he actually loved this movie too. So, I mean, it goes to show you, this is just a perfect fun movie. It was it was just so fun that it had to be high up on the list for me. And to me, I always describe it as just imagine if Marvel, Star Wars, and Star Trek kind of got together and took the best out of all their elements and made it into a movie. You have Guardians of the Galaxy. So not only my second favorite film of the year, but also one of my favorite films of all time now. So. Is
actually two movies, but they go together.
Yeah.
It's The Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2. I, honest to God, could not pick which one was my favorite. So I put them together because they are amazing. And they have redeemed Spider-Man in my eyes because, as he knows, I absolutely hate the original Spider-Man.
Yeah, she doesn't like the Sam Raimi.
Crying face. Cry too much in those movies! And Andrew Garfield was my ideal Spider-Man. I knew kids in high school that were like this Peter Parker.
Yeah, me too.
And they made him so realistic. And Gwen Stacy was so amazing. She was perfect.
Oh, I love Gwen.
She was smart. She was beautiful, but she didn't flaunt it.
Yeah.
And he knows this, I cried. I bawled when, spoiler alert, Gwen Stacy died.
Oh, I bawled too.
Harry.
Oh,
Harry Osborn. He's my favorite Harry too. I mean, I love James Franco, and I love what he did with the original Harry Osborn.
Yeah.
But this Harry Osborn speaks to me. Like, he has his emotions on his face, and you can see it in his eyes, and you can hear it in his voice, and all he wants is Spider-Man's help. And
Yeah.
it just tears me apart inside when I'm just like, Peter, no, help him!
Yeah, I know. Huge hate.
I really adored it too, and I don't get why people don't like it either.
I don't understand either. And I mean, I thought this movie was a lot of fun. It captured Spider-Man really well. And Gwen's death, oh my gosh, I don't think I've cried so hard.
It kind of captured how Spider-Man took all the fame to his head.
Yeah.
Which I really enjoyed. Which one didn't really. One was more, okay, I'm Spider-Man, this is what I need to learn how to do. But two is, hey, I'm Spider-Man, I can do all of this stuff, and if you don't like it, deal with it. And then he had to kind of reassess and figure out what he wanted to do, and it was perfect. It was amazing.
I really adored it. It was so fantastic. Again, just barely missed my list. It came so close, though. Just... Captain America, Winter Soldier.
Oh, that is such a good movie.
This was an adrenaline rush of fun. This kept pulling the rug underneath me like, oh my gosh, they did not just do that. Oh my gosh, they did not just do that. Oh my gosh, they did what? Like, it was that, like, the whole movie.
My favorite part of Winter Soldier was Bucky coming back because Sebastian Stan is one of my favorite actors of all time.
Oh, he's amazing.
And Black Widow.
Oh,
I was not expecting this much Black Widow time, but I am so happy they did.
Me too. I was
You got to see it develop, and I was just like, oh, Captain America, Black Widow, teaming up together.
This film is just great. I loved it from beginning to end again. Black Widow was perfectly captured. Black Widow was amazing. Like
Scarlett
she said,
Johansson
Scarlett Johansson is boss.
She is a boss.
She is just awesome.
Black Widow.
Oh my goodness. I really love the relationship between the two, and I really liked how...
It really did.
I really liked how in the beginning it shows that Black Widow is actually kind of trying to push Captain America to live a normal life. She's like, hey, you want me to help you find a date?
I think you actually see her smile.
Yeah, you do. Quite a bit.
And you never... I was just like, oh my gosh, she has such a pretty smile. Smile more.
What they did with S.H.I.E.L.D., I was shocked that they actually did that. I was never expecting them to do that.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is a TV show, and they do go into that.
Not only is it my favorite film of the year, but I am declaring it as my favorite Marvel film.
That is a really big...
Yeah, I know.
Really big.
It is.
You have a hard time picking favorite movies at all.
Yeah, I know, but this one just won me over completely. I had no problems with it, no flaws, which is kind of rare for me. For me, this film is just one of those perfect movies that I have no problems with, and I can rewatch it over and over and over. I've already rewatched it like a billion times.
Yeah.
I love this movie. Okay, so... Well, I guess that's it from us, guys. We hope you enjoyed our top 5 favorite movies of 2014/2013. But, we hope you guys enjoyed. We'll talk to you guys soon. This is Cody from KCP.
And Jessica. Thanks for saying my name,
Well, I thought you were going to say your name.
And Jessica. We will see
you guys
soon.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye. How rude.
How rude.
Why you gotta be so rude?